The old wooden bench in the park had been there longer than most people could remember. Every morning at sunrise, an old man named Samuel sat there with a quiet smile on his face. To anyone passing by, he looked like just another elderly man enjoying the morning. But the truth was, that smile had taken him nearly 80 years to earn. Samuel's life hadn't been easy. He grew up in a tiny house on the edge of a dusty town. His father worked long hours at a factory, and his mother cleaned houses to keep food on the table. Some nights, dinner was just bread and tea. But his parents always said the same thing. Hard days don't last forever, son. When Samuel was 19, he left home with $20 in his pocket, and a dream bigger than his circumstances. He worked anywhere that would take him: construction sites, gas stations, late-night diners. Some days he worked 3 jobs just to afford a small room and a sandwich. There were moments he wanted to quit, moments when the world felt too heavy. But Samuel had a habit. Every morning before work, he would look at the sunrise and whisper to himself, "Just keep going." Years passed. Slowly, life began to change. Samuel started a small repair shop with tools he bought from a flea market. At first, customers were rare. But Samuel fixed things with care: old radios, broken chairs, watches that had stopped ticking decades ago. And people noticed. The little shop grew. So did Samuel's life. He met a kind woman named Eleanor who laughed at his terrible jokes and believed in him when he doubted himself. Together they built a life filled with simple joys: Sunday breakfasts, road trips with no destination, and long talks on the porch during warm summer nights. But life still had its storms. Samuel lost the shop during a recession. Years later, he lost Eleanor to illness. For a long time, the world felt quiet and empty. Yet every morning, Samuel still watched the sunrise. "Just keep going," he would whisper. Now, at 82 years old, Samuel sits on that same park bench. Children run past him laughing. Birds sing in the trees. A young man jogging by slows down and notices the peaceful smile on Samuel's face. "Sir," he asks, catching his breath, "you look really happy. What's your secret?" Samuel chuckles softly. He looks up at the rising sun, the same one that carried him through every hardship, every loss, every small victory. Happiness isn't something life gives you at the start. It's something you collect after you survive the hard parts. The young man nods thoughtfully and continues his run. He finally understands something simple. Life was never about avoiding the storms. It was about staying long enough to see the sunrise after them. The moral of the story is, true happiness comes not from a life without struggle, but from enduring hardships, embracing small victories, and cherishing the moments that follow. Perseverance and gratitude turn even the hardest life into a life worth smiling about.